A very good day to you. Welcome to Herman Manyora's channel. My name is Jadiel, Kabiro. It's always a pleasure to have you for this conversation that I usually say will help us build this country even as we're progressing towards the 2022 presidential elections. My name is Jadiel Kabiro, here with Herman Manyora. Karibu sana on set.
Asante, Jad.
Today started off on a very good note. You were advising us today.
Yes.
You should be a motivational speaker.
Yeah, correct. I think that's the area I'm now going into.
After politics.
Yes.
Let's get into what is happening. Today we're speaking about two things. Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka describing what will break their deal with Azimio la Umoja. Also Moses Kuria on the other side together with Deputy President William Ruto in Gatundu. But let's start with Kalonzo Musyoka saying if they change the name from Azimio One Kenya Alliance, as they had agreed together with Raila Odinga, to Azimio la Umoja, that should be the name, Azimio One Kenya Alliance. What do you make of his sentiments on this?
I think it was Shakespeare or somebody who say, what's in a name? A rose by any name smells just like a rose.
Oh.
Paraphrase, I can't remember the exact words. But I also say, call a dog a bad name and then do things. But really, if you are serious about such a serious undertaking, about this country, about the future of this country, about the leadership of this country, would a name really be a deal breaker? A name? Then you are not serious in the first place. But you know this, I keep telling Kenyan politicians, please, we respect you. Respect yourselves. Yeah. And respect us also.
Oh.
You cannot say, I entered in this serious deal. And if the name is not this, then I'm walking out. You can't. Moreover, the register of the political parties has put it very clear. Two coalitions would not merge. The law is not put that way. The law is engineered in such a way parties can join a coalition. But no two parties will get together.
Oh.
So, but there are those who are reading it different and saying, once you become a coalition political party, then you are, by a sense, a political party.
Oh.
And by dint of that, then you can join another coalition. So, well, but the bottom line is, were you serious in the first place?
So you think he's not serious?
Then he was not. If he says that, I listened. You know, I had read, I think the interview was recorded because I watched on 9 o'clock news. Was it Friday or Saturday?
Yes,
Friday.
Yes.
I said, I had not believed when I was seeing the social media that name will be a deal breaker. I said, not true. So when I was watching TV and they said he was coming, the interview was coming, I was keen. I suspended everything I was doing. I pushed away my phone and just volume, everything right. I had him say that as I got.
So you think he's not? Do you think these are threats, and these threats would work for him in Azimio la Umoja, even
he's
in
coming out
Azimio
badly.
in Kenya?
He's coming out badly. These are good people, and I like them. People like Ronnie should advise Kalonzo Musyoka. Once you have entered into something, sometimes you can enter into a deal, and for certain reasons, there is a raw deal. There's an aspect of it is not good for you. Before you find a good exit, live with it. Live by what you said. But strategically, look for a respectable exit. Respectable. This I can tell Kalonzo Musyoka is not respectable.
Do you think he wants to leave, and where would he go
if you want to leave, then that's not the way to live. Maybe he was promised something, but the deal was not quite finalized. Or it was, somebody hinted at him getting something. But he was told, because of time, let's fine-tune this deal.
He said they were confused
Yeah,
when they were
because
signing.
maybe Raila was on some extreme, and Kalonzo and Raila, maybe Uhuru told them, look, gentlemen, this is something over which you'll agree. So they could have signed the deal before that agreement. And he's trying to up his stake.
So he thinks he's going to be shortchanged. Do you think that's what's happening?
No, there should be no shortchange. I don't want to listen to what Raila, because he has not said anything.
Yes.
I even don't want to listen to what Kalonzo said. I listened to what Uhuru Kenyatta said. And to me, it made a lot of sense. That these gentlemen and ladies, if they are ladies, will work together. Something near what Kibaki rubbished. If Kibaki had worked with the summit, it would not have mattered who was VP, who was president, who was minister. The summit of 8. If Kibaki had worked with the summit, it doesn't need to exist in law. Many things that are done are rarely done because they exist in law. It is, they put people, things are put together and people are put together and people come together to move a process forward. So long as they are not violating the law. If the president wishes, for example, to seek counsel of a council of elders, nothing stops him.
Yeah.
Okay? So long he has not violated law.
Yes.
So if, as Uhuru says, these people are going to work as a team, and looking at the fluid nature of the politics, and the competition between them and Ruto, and the fact that none of these people will dominate parliament, and the Raila side will be put together in parliament and in state house because of the numbers they will be having, and that Raila cannot afford to play anybody around. I don't see any worries. Why would you worry?
Should Raila work towards mitigating or calming Kalonzo Musyoka now, because it seems like the situation is terrible in Azimio, one Kenya, as Kalonzo puts it, la umoja?
I think what is required is a team of serious Kenyans to work with Uhuru Kenyatta to be able to put Raila and Kalonzo together. I think it may be too much for Uhuru alone, because he will just appeal. They are his friends. He's just appealing for common sense, the common good, that we will lose this thing, work together. But I think he needs an infusion of brain power, or people who can work out this thing and let Raila see the thing and let Kalonzo see the thing, so that they have a more informed engagement.
Should he struggle?
That will be more binding.
Should he struggle to keep Kalonzo? Do you think Kalonzo has what it takes to push Azimio la Umoja towards the direction that Raila wants? Is Kalonzo the man that they should struggle to keep him in?
Even Ruto, who thought he could go alone, has soon realized not possible. So that question is already answered. They need Kalonzo.
They need him.
Ruto said he was going alone,
Yeah.
but he has realized it's not possible.
Yeah.
So you can't go in this thing alone. So gather all, scatter none. Why would you want to scatter Kalonzo? Azimio is more complete with Kalonzo. It has nothing to do with whether or not they will win without him. No. And the war is not going to stop on the 9th of March. Please mark that. This war will not stop on 9th of March.
Oh.
Yeah.
Even if Raila takes it, he
Yes,
still has...
or Ruto. It will not stop on 9th of March.
What next?
The war will be carried over to other institutions, to counties, to parliament, to the National Assembly, to Senate, in other, and including other institutions and agencies. This war will be carried on. It has to be settled at some point.
So you need to...
People like William Mutunga think there will be a handshake. I don't think so. I think one side will have to be strong enough to completely make the other side docile. Now that will take a little while. The first 6 months of Raila presidency or Ruto presidency will be working towards ensuring you entrench yourself in power, you demobilize your opponents, so that you can implement your agenda.
From what you're saying, looking at Raila Odinga, looking at William Ruto, if Raila Odinga takes power, becomes the president, how tough will it be on his side, or William Ruto? Who do you think will be able to be a good opposition leader?
A good opposition. Raila has played his role. And to be honestly, you think if Raila lost this war, he will have the energy left, not age or health. He has been at this thing for a long time. Okay. Before you were born. Long before you were born, he was there.
Yeah.
Long before you were born, he was there. Yeah. Maybe your father was still a teenager. If you are the firstborn, your father was either a teenager or a young boy.
I'm the last, so
so if you are the last, your father was around.
Yes.
If Bilal was not the first, the father was not even in high school. Raila has been at this thing from the 1980s.
But you spoke about a president who will get into power, will have tough time, because we're looking at a period where impeachments will be happening.
Correct, that's what I'm saying.
If William Ruto takes power, do you think it'll be different from that perspective?
No, it's for all of them. It's for both of them. That's what I'm saying. There is no way anybody can shortchange the other. There's no way Kalonzo will be shortchanged. Because Raila will need Kalonzo. Post-election, post-9th of September, of October, August, Raila will need Kalonzo in parliament.
You see, it's just, I think it's just 2 weeks since they signed the agreement, Kalonzo joining Azimio, supporting Raila Odinga to become president. Now he's speaking about a deal breaker. Where do you think he might go?
No. He should not present himself as a confused person.
You think that's what he's doing?
Yes. Unfortunately, yes. Kalonzo Musyoka will be relevant, like I've said, if he's with Raila and they form government. He'll be relevant. And if you are relevant, you have a chance to make another stab at the presidency. Kalonzo has about 9 years to be as old as Raila is today. In other words, in the next 5 years, he'll be younger than Raila is today.
Oh. Okay.
And he can go for the presidency. In the scheme of things, the way I see, I hope somebody is listening to tell Kalonzo this. The game plan Uhuru has, they will need Kalonzo to be president in 2027.
Kalonzo to be president, the game plan.
Let's not talk about the game plan. But Kalonzo will need to be president in 2027 for Uhuru to realize his game plan.
What's the game plan, though?
Let's not go there.
Plan? We need to talk
For
about
another
it.
day.
If you say it, you need to say it.
For another day.
Okay.
Or in short, assuming Uhuru has somebody in mind, 2027 will be too soon for him to introduce that person.
Oh.
So you need somebody to take over from Raila.
Okay.
And to me, the best bet will be Kalonzo Musyoka.
Okay.
Then your person comes after Kalonzo. Simple. It's a game you can arrange in 10 years.
I know you talked about the prince who will be
Okay,
coming
the
in.
prince. Now you know. Why are you asking me? I know. My viewers know. My
Okay,
subscribers know.
let's talk about Moses Kuria, though. He was in Gatundu and he spoke about the president being cast because of backing Raila Odinga. He said the founding president, Jomo Kenyatta, put an oath, that he administered an oath that ensured that Raila will not be backed by anyone. In your video, you made it look like it's a bad thing. What he said it's dangerous for the country. Is it that bad?
Countries go down in flames for lesser things. Lesser. This can burn the country. It's not a good thing. We would know, we are dancing around a tanker. A petrol tank, whatever it's called. It has rolled down. It still has fuel, petrol. Big taken to Western Kenya. And we are smoking around it and dancing and drinking. A small spark and we'll be in fire.
Weren't you exaggerating? Because it's
No,
just politics on his side.
No,
saying something to motivate people. It's politics.
First of all, people don't really want to remember that 1969. And it can't have been Raila. How old was Raila? Raila was still a young boy in school.
Yeah.
So it's really not Raila. Maybe his father, but mainly about the Luos. Which I think, you see, we don't want to profile other Kenyans. Anytime a country that has multiple ethnicities goes in the direction Korea is taking us, the consequences are always there. We don't want to face it. We have too many examples in history. We wouldn't want to go there. Kenyans love each other. You are a Kikuyu. If you went, I was just looking at the other day and I was surprised. You people who are in my crew here, none of them is a Luo like me.
Oh.
That's the kind of Kenya we want. Have you seen a Luo here?
I haven't even...
You haven't thought about it?
Yeah.
It doesn't cross you. I grew up in small places where my father was working. My nephew is called Mbudhi. Another one is called Mudhoni. Because we lived with the Kikuyus. They took our names, we took their names. Kenyans love each other. They have nothing. But our leaders planned that tribe thing in a negative way. And that's why Kuria must be called out. It has the potential, like I said, if you listen, you watched my clip.
Yes.
I said, supposing he found himself somewhere dominated by people he has talked badly about. And something happened. Others could do something in retaliation. And the country could go up in
Do you really
flames.
think it was about tribe or was it about Raila, the person?
No, if you look at the history of this country, and if you follow what Kuria, this is not the first time Kuria was talking about this. It wasn't the first time. So we know, the reference is clear. Yeah, he has talked about it, not once, not twice. So it's not lost.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a very sensitive thing. Not just tribal, not just the ethnic hatred. It's a very sensitive thing. It goes at the core of what's wrong with the history of this country.
Oh.
Yeah. It goes at the core of why this country has not moved. Yeah? The suspicions between the two most political communities in this country, which we must heal, which I think is what BBI was about.
Okay.
Which is why I will support BBI at any time to come back.
Oh.
BBI, the idea.
The idea of putting tribes, different
No,
tribes
we have
together.
if you don't sort out certain historical problems, they will always haunt you. They will always haunt you.
Some would say when you look at the Building Bridges initiative, it's just about putting people in
No,
power,
those are
leaders.
people,
We've talked
those are
about
people who are
that.
saying that either because they are ignorant, almost foolish, or because they want power. And when people want power, they can say anything. They can do anything.
You've just said that we don't have your tribesman in our crew.
Yes.
And we are still working well. Do we really need the BBI?
That's the
then
Kenya
to-
there is.
Do we really need the BBI
Now,
to have
at the
this
political
Kenya?
level, we are not realizing our potential as a country because we have allowed the history to tie us. We can't move. The betrayal, the persecutions, you know, the sense of entitlement by a certain community. These things must be addressed openly and boldly.
Okay.
And it's what BBI was about.
When you look at Moses Kuria, what he said
Yes.
the president is going to be cast because of backing Raila Odinga. So do you think he should be called out to show plainly
Kuria
what...
does not understand culture, does not understand anything. People want to forget the 1969 oath. It happened in circumstances we want to forget. Kenyans are moving away. He's talking about circumcision as if it is a mere operation.
Yeah.
When circumcision is a mere operation to remove something, it has no meaning. Kuria is not, perhaps, is not circumcised. If him and I went to a room and we undressed, then he will see what it means to be circumcised. He will look at me. If a Kikuyu was circumcised as a Kikuyu,
Yeah.
he undressed and I undressed, the two of us, and somebody looked at us. They know these are men
That's why
who
the
are circumcised.
conversation there.
Not Kuria. These are boys. Circumcision must have a meaning.
Oh, okay.
And not the kind of meaning Kuria is giving it. But at the bottom of all these things is national survival.
Okay.
We must live in a manner that is sustainable,
Okay.
without hate being directed against any community or any person. In this political season, what Moses Kuria said must be called out. Is that he has crossed the red line. And if you listen to me, I've said, if the institutions charged with dealing with such continue with their business as usual, future generations will hold them responsible.
Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in into today's political conversation. My name is Jadiel, Kabiro. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do so. It doesn't come automatically. You have to click the red button. Go ahead and send us your videos at hermanmanyora22@gmail.com. Have yourself a lovely rest of your day.